I guess just briefly, I've been coaching for 25 years now, and the experience I've had over the last month and really probably 6 months in terms of the whole process was pretty unique and pretty special. To be an assistant on our U20 national team in a world event, and then to coach one of your athletes with you in that experience, and then top it off by winning a world championship. Certainly a tremendous experience. Japan is a wonderful country. If you've never visited, I encourage everyone to visit. It's an amazing country in terms of the technology and the advancements they've made. But we went to the U.S. Embassy, and one of the ministers there in the U.S. Embassy said what was amazing about the country was they could be that far advanced technologically, but yet still have an amazing sense of tradition and respect. And I would certainly say that's true of Japan. And I think the lessons that the players like Vanessa DiBernardo, who's one of our midfielders here who was participating in the tournament, the lessons they learned on and off the field was unbelievable. So the all-around experience is something that I think all of the players, myself, and the rest of the coaching staff will take with us throughout the rest of our lives, but certainly carry forward into my coaching career. And so I'm pretty excited to get back to the Illini and to bring some of those things and some of those lessons. And obviously they're excited, I'm sure, to have Vanessa back playing with them to start the Big Ten season this upcoming weekend. So it couldn't be a better time, I don't think, to come back and join this program and really get started on the Big Ten season. So.
Janet, what did you see from Vanessa out there in her play?
I'm probably biased, and one of the things I think that really helped us win the championship was our midfield as a whole, and Vanessa was certainly an integral part of that. We had 3 midfielders that played the significant amount of minutes in the midfield, and Vanessa certainly being one of those. She started every game and played almost every minute, and probably would have played every minute if the heat and humidity hadn't caused some cramping along the way. But I think what I really saw was a player that grew tremendously from the start of this process to the end in her ability, but as much as in her confidence. And I think she'll come back to this program as a confident leader and someone who understands what it means to make the players around you better, and that's going to make us better as a team and as a program. But her ability to see things, her ability to play at a speed that was successful at the international level, not just successful at the college level, I think is going to really propel her and propel this program even further. She had one of the top 10 goals that was up for top goal of the event, and an important goal in a 2-1 win. So pretty excited.
How much interaction did you have with Coach Freeman? Just kind of give the program to him, or you were talking to him every day?
It was a little bit difficult, just the time difference. I'm still a little bit reeling. I came home about 9 o'clock this morning, which was about 7 p.m. Japan time. But, we communicated off and on and communicated with the athletes. But, I feel very fortunate in a lot of ways to have a tremendous staff. Jeff Lee Chelsea, who's been with me for years and understands and knows, and Shannon McDonald joined us, who is another former athlete. Those players know everything there is about this program and what the standards are, and to leave it in their hands, I think, I was comfortable the whole time that this program was in good hands and that the players were continuing to develop. Fortunately, we have a site. I've seen all the games. I was able to watch them on, on the internet and the site that we have to upload the games to. So I've seen us improve and can't wait to get back and see us in person. But I've seen this program already improve from game to game, and we're 3-3-1 right now against one of the top. I think going into it, our schedule was ranked probably top 4, top 5 in the country in terms of our non-conference schedule. So, I think we had a great non-conference season, and one that certainly taught this team a lot of lessons. So, this team was certainly in good hands, and, we communicated back and forth, but this staff really did take the reins for the time that I was gone.
I know that the number 10 in soccer is kind of like the crafty midfielder that links up with the forwards and the supply lines. And that was the number that Vanessa wore. Is that kind of her role on the team in the midfield?
It certainly is. That's a traditional thing, I think, for number 10. And I don't know if it was by design or by accident or by size of the jersey in terms of that. But I think it was very apropos that she wore that number, because it certainly was, like I said, all 3 of our midfielders, I think, were pretty special during that event. And, I thought Vanessa's consistency throughout the tournament was tremendous. But, her role in terms of linking, and it's something she's always done very well in terms of being able to pass the ball. She's been a great passer, but to see her score a great goal and to see what she did for us defensively, we at one point moved our system a little bit. We were playing 2 high midfielders, 2 closer to our goal and 1 behind, and we actually flip-flopped that and put Vanessa in a more defensive midfield spot because of the things she was doing for us defensively, and that in and of itself shows you how much she's grown as a player. Her defensive ability and her physical presence was something that was, I think, a little bit of a surprise to all of us that we were going to get that from her in the tournament, and it turned out to be a pretty crucial element for us to have.
What sort of lessons as a coach do you take away from the international experience?
Well, I think a couple. When you've been a head coach for 20 plus years and you get to turn around and walk in an assistant coach's shoes, that's something that I think I'll carry with me for, a few years. Jeff and I did communicate at one point, and he said, I'm going to be a better assistant coach now that I've been a head. And I said, well, vice versa, I'll be a better head coach now that I've been an assistant for a while. And just those interactions. But from the international game itself, the different styles and the different cultural elements that probably enter into the game, I think even as a country, but certainly as a college program and as athletes, we can learn a little bit from each of those different cultures. And someone asked if I came in the door if I did a lot of scouting, and I did, but you study every opponent that you're getting ready to play. And just even in our group games, we played an African nation, an Asian nation, and one of the top European nations, all of those with different styles and different things that they bring to the table, and learning how to defend those styles and how you do that, but also just taking from them the really great things that they bring to the table, and to see the Japanese and to see the Nigerians and the Koreans, an amazing organized style of soccer. So certainly that exposure. And I scouted at the World Championships in Germany, and it's a different level when you're looking at the senior teams and you're looking at those. I was looking at athletes that were the age of college players and the things that they can do, and to understand that players at that level can do that and have that kind of savvy about the game is certainly exciting, I think.
Anything else for Janet? Here?
All right.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you.
Please come.